dresses up like a scary thing. He has a couple of masks and he wears makeup and makes all these sounds and he dances. I've never been to Hawaii, but I've seen her
Yeah.
videos that she sends
I
me.
bet you could be proud of a son-in-law who
Yeah, dances.
wears makeup and does what again?
Oh, it's
He
I
wears
know what she's
native
talking about.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He
Martin's
does
here in the
fire.
room.
He puts fire sticks in his mouth and he flings them up in the air and he does all these and he's huge.
He sounds like he got some emotional things there, Bill.
I want to learn how to hula dance though.
Come and talk to us, Martin.
Hey,
But
Randy.
you know what's a
Hello,
blessing?
Bella. Continue, Bella. Please do.
Hi. Randy has no idea how many people I know.
Oh yeah, I just didn't know.
I understand. Is it not yourself there, Bella, that created Golden Pages once upon a time?
What does that mean?
Silver Star, Keto.
Well, you just know everyone, so you know any of these telephone directories. You could have easily, authored one of those, surely.
I know. I used to take vacations down south all the time and have time off, and my daughters gave me the phone and said, "Here, you'll talk to anyone. You're so used to talking to everybody in the hospital. Here," because I didn't have no friends when I first moved there. And then in between patients and between clinics, I just go in my office and play on the phone. And Martin, when I come home late, I talk to you.
Well, you certainly follow my broadcasts, absolutely. I wanted to, before the conversation moved completely on, just to remind Randy, you were saying that you wanted to start up your own country. There was a comedian in the UK named Dave Gorman, and one of the shows that he put on was actually to create his own country. And he kind of went about doing that, and I think it was successful in the end. And not sure. It's been a while since I dipped into all that, but there is somewhere off of the east coast of England in the North Sea, and it's called Sealand, Sealand. And if you check out Sealand, it is its own country effectively. It's an old fort from, I think, if you check it out, it's an old fort in the middle of the sea. You just go to Google right now and type in the word Sealand, Sealand. You'll see some of the fort pictures immediately on there. The Principality of Sealand.
We'll have to check that out. Wait a minute. John has to run. He's telling us goodbye. Joe, where are you headed, buddy?
This program's eating my battery up. Well, it's pretty strong on the battery, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It does. It wears it out. You got to keep your phone plugged in, one foot in the sky and the other one waving at a satellite to make it work.
All right, I'll catch you again. Nice talking to everybody.
Hey, come by anytime, Joe. We appreciate you. It's great to chat with you every
time.
time.
Hi, Joe. It was brief, but hopefully we'll catch up at some point as well.
Right, take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right, have a good one, Joe.
Bye-bye.
Randy, you're still in the Philippines, is that right?
No, I'm in Saudi.
Oh, you're back in Saudi now. How long have you been back there for
here.
since the last trip to the Philippines?
I miss the Philippines, but you just can't stay everywhere.
No. How long have you been back in Saudi?
I've been back a few weeks.
Really? Has it been that long since we connected then? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Well, it's certainly last month, right? March now, a few days.
Yeah, we've already got on a new month.
Randy, you should tell the people how horrible it was, all the paperwork and all the quarantines and everything.
You don't want to travel anywhere. It's not worth it. It's too much headache.
He went through a lot.
If anybody hasn't seen Randy's hotel experience with the dragons,
go
and watch that one. That was so
funny. That was hilarious.
Mo Dragon chased me around the hotel. I was screaming at him, "Get away from me!" They follow me around.
And the drums the drums.
Oh,
yeah,
it was Chinese.
Martin, what are you up to tonight?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well, it's 8:45 p.m. As I say this, local time on Wednesday, March 3rd. I'm just relaxing, and I went online to just do a couple of emails, write those on, send them off, and then I thought I'll check Haps, and I wondered how Randy Horton was, and sure enough, you were broadcasting live, and the rest is history. So I'm not doing much right now. maybe an early night. It's as I say, 14 minutes to 9 p.m. local time right now.
I'm trying to look at who I invited some other people, but it's just not coming up. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. I'm seeing it now.
You didn't touch something wrong, did you?
I don't think so. Well, anything I touched wrong, I don't admit it, and I'm trying to get medication for it.
All right, there you go. There you
You're
go.
always
You're welcome
looking
to
at
come
it.
to New York City.
I hear you. I need to.
I
Right
understand.
now, I got to figure out on my whole phone. I got 3 SIM cards running, 4 actually. I have 2 from America, 1 from Saudi, and 1 from the Philippines. I need to
I
drop
never
some.
seen anybody else but Randy with this much technology.
Randy, is this how you're using your internet right now? With multiple SIM cards, bonded technology?
Right now, I'm using just let's see, my Ethernet cable is plugged into the modem that's running, I think, on a DSL only.
Oh, okay. It's just that you mentioned those multiple
I
SIM
have
cards.
got multiple SIM cards and run them together, and it doesn't work very well. It fades in and out.
Did you check out that software that I mentioned, the Speedify application?
I did look into it, but it's not really something I need.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I'm actually going pretty good with what I got going.
Sure, no, that's great. It's great.
I change devices like most people change the socks. You know,
really?
we're a comms company, and I just get a new phone just on a whim, on a breath. I sell my old one, I get a new one, I sell it. You know, I go through so many things just to try them and play with them.
And you prefer Android rather than Apple?
No, I have both. I like all.
Okay. Yeah.
I have no definite preference. Everything has a benefit.
I agree.
There's something good about Apple. There's something good about Android. Just like a Windows laptop has great benefits, and so does an Apple. Just depends what you're really into, you know.
I think, ironically, the one thing, because Macs are really great for multimedia, but the one thing that Windows machines, IBMs, as many people certainly used to call them, are great at is live streaming and video, because you can build them far easier, and they're much more. Well, I think you said yourself you were running i9 at one point, Intel 9.
Yeah, I also had the i9 MacBook Pro 16-inch, and I got rid of it after about 2 weeks. I found it to be the most overpriced piece of junk in my history of the planet. When you sell me a $4,000 laptop and it's only got 2 outlets on it, and I got to have a hub for everything I do, excuse me. You can't run all your audio and video through a couple of hubs on some USB-C ports or lightning ports, whatever you want to call them. I had so much overrunning from the video to the audio. Everything I did, I couldn't stop it. It was driving me mad.
And then Apple also removed they were the first to remove, I think, the CD-ROM and CD player from their laptop computers.
That's all fine nowadays. You know, you can always slip a USB stick in there or a memory card or download.
But come on, they removed that. They removed the 3.5 millimeter headphone socket, microphone socket. Soon they're going to be giving you a cell phone without a screen, probably, by the sound of things.
Yeah. Well, I guess the society's moving everything we can think about. Everything we would love and know drops out for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I think we then move into the sci-fi. Soon we'll be having implants, just chips in our heads, and you won't need a device. Yeah.
There you go. Maybe. I wish my head was planted in some device so I could stay alive.
So how's things in the USA? Have we discovered that in terms of, I mean, right now...
and Bella, give us some USA.
Yeah.
What do you mean? With what? Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everybody's getting inoculated. Businesses are opening. I mean, how is it in Memphis? Are the stores and businesses opening up there?
They are. They, I think they're right now about 50%, except the stores. Now, I'm like Walmart and stuff. I've not seen them limit anything in several months.
Did you hear about Texas?
Yes. Yeah.
Texas is 100% fine, open. He don't care. The governor said it on the TV. I was telling Randy, I saw on THV today, the governor went on from Texas, and he said 100% everything back to normal. You don't have to wear masks, nothing.
Yeah.
There you
I don't
go.
think it's going to be long till Tennessee does that. They're already starting to open up the nursing homes and stuff. So I don't think it's going to be long.
Arkansas is not doing well though, from what I read. And my houseman still says that people are very, scared.
Right.
My friends, they all say you can't go into Walmart. They're still counting, but not as little as Mount. They used to count people to go inside the stores.
They
so they
did,
wouldn't
yeah.
be overcrowded. Martin doesn't understand. We have big superstores. We don't have like parking on the street. We don't have street parking in the South. There's just because land is very plentiful. We have big parking lots, very big parking lots.
Shopping malls as well, yeah, plazas, yeah. I'm familiar with all
I
that.
guess you would call strip malls.
Yeah.
And areas. So, there's no parking. So they really got to keep the amount of people that walk into these major places. They're like, big, like you could say half of a football field or something, some of these stores in Arkansas at least, right? Aren't they like that in Tennessee?
They are.
Right?
Well, we have Westfield shopping centres here, Bella, as you've seen on some of the broadcasts that I've shown. And so we're familiar definitely with the layout of that kind of that landscape when it comes to shopping.
Stores, right. So they still got to, Arkansas seems to be a sickly state right now. Tennessee's getting better. According to Joy, Texas, they're talking well. They're well. But the state where I come from, which is in the middle of these two states, they're complaining that they're not well enough and they have too many admissions in the ER. New York, over here, my hospital, we don't have any more new admissions. When people come in like with symptoms and are sick or anything, we basically send them home to quarantine unless they're full-blown, unable to breathe pulmonary problems.
Right.
And we're giving shots out left and right here for free.
Bella, Megan is telling us that the USA is coming along building a herd immunity. Is that true?
See?
In your opinion?
Yes. Right. And we're giving shots out left and right. See? Yeah.
Now, I know Shelby County actually just let 2,400 doses of the vaccine expire.
You're doing Pfizer? Pfizer.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
No, they let them they let them expire. So yeah, so
those are the ones they ought to sell to foreign countries. They won't know the difference. That may be a business opportunity. Can I buy that expired vaccine?
In the Philippines.
I could probably get rid of those on Backpage or something.
Oh my goodness.
Randy,
did you get the vaccine yet, Joy?
No,
Why?
Well, one, it's not open up to me yet, but two, I'm still on the fence about taking it because I'm known to have a lot of different allergic reactions.
So take the Pfizer. Don't take the Moderna. But you are in the category because you have a disability. If you go,
it's not open up to disability yet
at all.
No, they said it wasn't.
What disability does she have? I forgot.
You got to tell them you have diabetes.
What's your disability?
They're not going to check your records.
What's that disability?
She got to have strong diabetes. I'll tell her. Tell him you take 2,000 milligrams a day of metformin.
Oh, are you on diabetes that strong? I didn't know that. You really?
No.
Oh, I thought if you're on that kind of stuff, boy.
No, but I do have asthma though.
There you go.
Yeah, that's an underline right there.
It is.
That's a big thing, huh?
You gotta force them to give you that shot. You gotta, she's so quiet. She's so southern. She's gonna go, oh, it's all right. Bless your heart. I'm gonna leave. You need a big girl like me to walk in and go, listen.
Do you have any problems, Martin? Anything wrong with you?
Health-wise, not right now. I think all things considered, I'm doing very well.
All right. Anything wrong with you, Fraser?
Today I had a bit of a sore throat, and I'm thinking, is that the beginning of anything I should be really worried about? But I think that was something I ate, just scratched the back of my throat. But no, as I say, just got to be sensible right now. Certainly,
Right.
you know, it goes to shopping. What I didn't understand as well, you know, all this time with COVID, people going food shopping, you know, a lot of people are, when they take everything home with them, they do sort of try and sanitize various items and products that they
Not a bad
purchase.
idea.
It's not, but a lot of people haven't been mindful about that because, you know, other people do pick up items in the store and then put them back because they decide they don't want them. So there
Oh,
are,
I hate that.
Right.
Oh, when I go to the store
yeah,
and I see somebody picking through everything, I just want to slap them right in the eyeball. You know?
right. Well,
Well,
Really?
you all have the right idea. You know, I'm not allowed in the supermarket according to the laws of the hospital. Let me say, you know, I get food. I get
delivery.
my meals. Right. I get
Yeah.
hot meals in the hospital, as many as I want, and I
Yeah.
get once a week on my day off today. They bring me. I get a thing on my computer, like a menu, and I pick, and everything is for free, and I just get a delivery here because they don't want specific people, especially me, to get anything. And when I say specifically me, it's because I have the ability to isolate myself. I don't
Right.
have my children living with me. Okay? I'm not married. I can keep away from my friends and I live alone. You understand? So they have to have personnel that will devote themselves to being totally clean, they call it. I
Right.
don't go to supermarkets so that if an emergency does break out in the hospital, they have a list of people. If they had to, they would pick me up in an ambulance. Like the days of the big snowstorms, they had a New York City bus come in front of my house and get me and took me to the hospital.
That's
I
fantastic.
They did. They came in front of my house, a New York City bus, and the guy went, "Hey, hey," and I just went, "Oh." He says, "Bella." I said, yeah. He says, "You go now." You know, I don't want to say the name. And he took me right in front of my hospital and I got out. They don't want me. And I go to work I leave here about 5 o'clock and I come home around 7:30, 8, sometimes 9. So you see, I'm on
Yeah.
buses that really have no passengers. I wear special masks. I touch nothing. And they have to have people like me because other people, they have to go home to their families. They have to, be with their friends. They have family to take care of. I don't have
Right.
anybody. So I'm clean. And you see, I'm home here in my house all by myself talking to my phone. So they
I hear
know that I
you.
haven't been contaminated by anything.
Yeah.
How long's that going
You
to have
have
to
to
go
have,
on for, though, Bella? How long before that's more
they
relaxed?
haven't told me.
Right. But what do you
I don't
think
know.
realistically? Time frame.
I would say till after the summer. I would say after the summer.
Right.
June,
Yeah.
July, August, September. I think
Yeah.
by
Uh-huh.
September, most of the people because I see people turning around in my office. Some people didn't want the inoculation. Don't think everybody who works in the hospital had inoculated. They haven't been. Some people are turning
Right.
around and they're watching if and people getting sick. I'm connected. My phone is connected to the CDC. If anything was to happen to me or I had any symptoms, I have a way of contacting them. They text me all the time. I have to fill out a questionnaire.
Stallion, welcome.
It's
Daddy, I've seen it.
I think after the summer, because they said there was going to be a spike in the winter, and we didn't have one. Did you hear that? That the winter time might be a spike. Then
Right.
they're thinking maybe the summer may cause incubation to get worse, and people will be on beaches and people will congregate more. People will start to go to bars and restaurants. Will that cause a spike? I don't know. That's why I keep saying I want people everywhere to get these vaccinations if they want, and if possible, get them now before the summer when people want to be out, they want to be with people, and they want to go places. Because if this little virus is going to come back with a vengeance,
Italian Stallion, welcome.
I
We're
don't
all
know.
doing fine.
Nobody knows.
And it's really sad because I know for people like me and others that may be in a similar situation, my dad passed away on December 6th
Oh,
from COVID. He was in
I'm
a
Mm.
nursing
sorry.
home.
Oh,
And I've not been able to go back to even have a memorial service for my dad.
it's been horrible for that. Yes.
It has. Yeah.
It
And
was terrible here. It was terrible. You heard what New York was going through?
yeah,
I had refrigerators outside my hospitals.
yeah. Yeah, we did too back in Johnson
Yeah.
City. They did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rates is actually still quite high for that region
Uh-huh.
in East Tennessee.
Oh, I know. I know. I lost some friends that worked in the ERs. I lost some coworkers.
Yeah.
And when it first started coming out, we didn't know how airborne it was and how contagious it really was. And we're under so much stress. Sometimes you let your guard down, you kind of forget. Now we all watch each other. Like they said, did you change your gloves?
Oh
You know,
yeah.
they watch us. Are you wearing how many masks? Are you wearing, this? Are you, like I have long hair. I keep my hair back. I don't want to bend over
Right.
anybody. Like you got to be vigilant. And it gets to the point you become a little paranoid. Like I tell everybody, take a deep breath before you see the next patient and see how you protect yourself before you go in to help them. Because
Right.
if I lose my staff, what happens to them?
Right.
And
Let,
that's
let
bad.
let me ask you a question because I
Uh-huh.
know that they had, I guess, first started testing last February for the
Uh-huh.
virus,
Right.
and I believe that it was here before then.
Mutab asked,
Because
excuse me,
if
where
it,
can I see most of the stream? It's on everywhere, I think.
I think the best place
that
is haps.tv, right? Or download the app if you're on another platform. Is that right, Randy?
No, I would probably go to YouTube or Twitch or
Right.
another place. Apps is all right, but it ain't, it's a beta program. If you want any quality, go somewhere else.
I thought in terms of no interaction, I think, if
I
you want
threw
to.
you for a curve, didn't I? I'm playing around. Go to Haps, HAPPS.tv. I'm going to give you a link right now. If you use
Yeah.
this link, Haps will give you $20, $25 after you broadcast 4 times. If you don't use the link, don't use it. It's up to you. Let me send you a link right here. I'm going to copy it. And you won't be able to see it, Mutab, because you're on YouTube. No problem. I'm going to stick the link on YouTube real quick. You guys keep talking. I apologize. I'm just
I
jibber
got to
jab.
learn how to use that YouTube Live.
Yeah, YouTube Live is great. I'm going to
Randy,
give you
you
a
said
link right now. If
you
you
were going to
use this
teach
link,
me. No, I don't know how to use no YouTube Live. I am not mechanical. I
but
am
now
not.
what I was talking about just a minute ago, I know I was in Nashville last year,
Yeah.
and Nashville was a hot spot. I mean, a major hot spot.
There's a
And
reason
then,
for it.
yeah, right after Christmas, there was a lot of people was sick, and a lot of people was developing pneumonia, but nobody was being tested for coronavirus.
Uh-huh.
And I honestly believe that my husband got it first, and then I took it. But I actually, when he started getting symptoms, I just started making everybody take like high doses of vitamin C and zinc.
And
But
D,
he was,
vitamin D.
yeah, I always take vitamin D.
Okay.
But he was sicker. He said he had never been as sick as he was during that
Uh-huh.
time.
All
And
right.
a Silver
Listen,
Star
you know,
you can't, then both of you cannot take the shot. You know that.
no,
You have to take,
see,
the COVID test first. And I would advise 2 tests. And if 2 tests come back without, any symptoms and stuff, you still need to talk to your doctor to see if you have natural antibodies.
even like from a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Especially after what Randy just told me. Randy told me an incident that happened in Saudi Arabia. Wasn't it in Saudi Arabia?
Kuwait. In Kuwait.
Kuwait. Randy told me an incident. I didn't know anything. This man in Kuwait had COVID and then they gave him the shot and he died.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
serious one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't that like one of the incidents in Florida too?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't heard about that.
One place that does have a variant at the moment and a mutation of the virus that's considered to
Africa.
be, apart from Africa, is Brazil. Someone was discovered to have had it in the
Oh.
UK. They've lost track of that person. They've narrowed it down now. They came into the country a handful of days ago, but they didn't fill out the forms and the documentation correctly. So now authorities can't trace this individual, but they've narrowed it down, they say, to about 200 or 300 addresses. But they're intensely looking for this person before they continue to spread the virus that they are known to have. The variant of COVID-19 from Brazil. So what's going on about that, Bella, where you are? Because when it comes to your work, I'm assuming that you're aware of that mutation.
I've heard about the mutation. We're not making a big deal on it because we don't have enough facts.
Right.
What we're doing is we're forcing everyone. First of all, everyone in our hospital only took Moderna, the strongest vaccine. As I said to Randy, that's the strongest vaccine. I did get a reaction twice. I was expecting it. Other than that, now we're using for the public Pfizer. As long as we're seeing the facts that are coming from the CDC, you know what that is. We're seeing all the facts of if you have these two, either one of these two vaccines, you're very well protected as best as you can be. This Johnson & Johnson and I forgot this man's name who lives in Scotland. He said there's 5, right? He said there's like 5 different vaccines. I know nothing about them.
Well, you got Pfizer,
yeah,
and the Oxford vaccine from the UK. That's one. There is about 4 or 5, I believe, variants.
Those are single shots, right? They're single shots.
No, all of them have to be taken twice, as far as I'm aware.
Johnson is a one-shot deal.
Let me just say, when the research was done and when the government was advised, they were told obviously it was take a shot now and they need a second one a few weeks later. But again, actually this week, in the past handful of days, people have been told now, the news is that the vaccines just on the first shot are working better than the tests originally proved, and 80-90% up to 90%, something around about that, the effectiveness of them. But what I want to know is, how long does this last? I think there's so many questions obviously that need to be asked and are unanswered, and so you have the vaccination, but remember, some people, a handful of people, metaphorically, when we look at the whole population of planet Earth, the people that take this, any of the vaccines, some people are not going to be affected by the vaccine, and they're still not going to be protected. But how do they know that until they come into contact with the vaccine, with the virus or a carrier?
Good thought. Bella was out for a little while. She just got back. She went in. No,
but I understand what he's saying, but I don't know enough of the statistics or the research, and I haven't read anything about this Oxford vaccine and the others. We're not using them at all in New York. We just got a shipment from President Biden of the Johnson & Johnson. Will my hospitals, which I'm saying my hospitals, that means the New York City city hospitals, will they use it? I don't know.
How many people have been vaccinated in the whole of the USA so far?
How many? I don't know.
3 people.
That we know of,
me and
know
Joy
about.
and her,
my mom got the vaccine. Well, my daughter did too. She got it first, actually, and she had a slight reaction to the second dose. Right. Now, my mom did not have a reaction at all to either.
Now, the reason they're saying that happens, like mine, is I had a propensity, an ability to catch the virus. And if I would have caught the virus, I would have been very sick and possibly died.
Welcome,
so my body needed to build up that immunity.
All right.
That is what we're telling people. Don't get panicky. The fatigue the lump, the pain, right? The
You know, that's,
redness,
yeah, my
It-
daughter had that. She ran a temperature for a couple
right?
of days, but even with both doses with my mom, I mean,
Nothing.
nothing,
She has a
nothing,
stronger immune system.
you know, and which is kind of strange because she is diabetic, you
Doesn't
know.
matter. Everybody's immune. Just because you have an
Yeah,
inability to process sugars properly doesn't mean your immune system is compromised.
right,
I knew that because I grew up not taking any vaccines when I was younger. I was homeschooled. I
right.
had a different type of childhood. So the first time that I really got started to get vaccinated is when I worked in a major hospital. When I worked for private doctors and medical school and everything, never came up. They never asked me. They saw my records. I was homeschooled all the way up almost until high school. They never asked me, did you ever go to doctors? No. You had chickenpox? Yeah. You had measles? No. Stuff like that.
Measles, mumps, and rubella.
Right. Now they do the MMR for all children in the United States, and they do
Yeah,
that all over. But I never had shots when I was growing up. I was homeschooled. And then when I started in medicine, one day I said to them, just out of the blue, I said, they asked me if I wanted a shingle shot or something. And I said, I guess so. I don't know too much about being inoculated. I know I never have been. And they looked at me and they went, what? And you work here how many years? I said, yeah, I just never thought about it. They did blood tests on me and they said, oh, you're going to be for the next 2 weeks. You got to come down to employees' health. And they started shooting. My arms were black and blue. And I got a reaction from the shingle shot.
mm,
So, because of my background, I knew that taking this shot, I was going to get sick, which I did. And I'm connected to the CDC. I'm part of their research. And I have pictures on my phone of what my arm looked like and the fevers I had. I had to be out of work for 3 or 4 days. I don't even remember because the fatigue was so bad and the warmth and the aches that I had were horrible. And,
right.
they
I have a
gave me,
question, Bella.
yeah,
I have had every vaccine that you're
under the
supposed
sun.
to have since birth 3 times. Once
Wow.
growing up, once in the military, and once
Uh-huh.
for some other reasoning I can't go into.
Right.
I want, and then also I had MRSA, Middle East
MRSA.
Respiratory Syndrome,
I know what MRSA is. Yeah.
and I've had all of these things. What about this vaccine's not going to hurt me?
You've taken also, Brandy, and I know for a fact you've taken multiple COVID tests.
I've had 8 COVID tests.
Yes, in a matter of a short time, and they've all come back negative. I have
Yeah.
never seen any symptoms on you, and I would have said something. I would have emailed you. I would have did something and said, I don't like the look of this. I'm not your physician. I'm not anything to do with you. As a friend, I would have said something to have you look into it. I haven't seen anything. You went to the Philippines. You were fine. You were eating all that food. You were doing everything. You haven't had one fatigue. Nothing. I'm not
Hey,
counting
man,
the
be
time.
quiet. You're going to jinx me. I've had enough now.
It's okay. But I would speak to your PCP. He may want to do a little bit of a CBC, a battery of tests on you, and discuss it with him and tell him your background. But
Yeah,
you
I've had
may have
so many
such a
tests. I just don't
resistance.
know if I need any more.
You have such a resistance to so much stuff. You know, you
I
may
don't
not
know.
need the, you may not need the shot. Don't be paranoid that I need the shot. With your background, which is an individualistic thing, you may not be a candidate necessary for the inoculation. Gabrielle, my daughter, her fiance had COVID. When he got over it, and she didn't catch anything, and she didn't have the shot. My kids are strong. I've inoculated them for everything, knowing my background. They had everything. I have books on each of my children. This boy, he came from South Africa, but he's been in Israel for a long time. He caught COVID, and they put him back on the base in a special Army hospital. You know how that is, Randy. They isolated him in a special Army hospital. He didn't have big symptoms, and now he's out. And they said they will not give him the inoculation because he has the antibodies. That's all I know.
Bella, you mentioned Israel there, and of course,
Yeah.
someone who's not too far away from that land, of course, is
Right.
Jez the Star, who's just joined us from Beirut. Don't know if you
Oh.
noticed that.
Oh, let me see. I'm
No, I
sorry.
don't
But
see
I'm just,
anything. I'm not
and
allowed to have
Randy,
my face.
Jez says hello to you, but I'm wondering actually what the situation is in that
Oh,
land.
Jess, come on up here.
Yeah, right.
Lebanon's
What's
in
up?
bad
Yeah.
shape.
Jess,
Well,
Lebanon's in
talk to us.
I wonder
You're
if Jez can
talking
give us a bit
about
of an update.
destroyed country. Come and tell us how bad it really is.
Yeah,
I
the
know
last,
Jess is a friend of mine.
you're right. The last news story I heard from there was that terrible
Things were
incident
being
in
set
the
on
port
fire.
there. No, it was the port. There was
Yeah.
the explosion due to it was a storage unit, wasn't it? That had some sort of explosive there, ammonium nitrates or something like that. Randy, you probably know better than I. That sort of.
It was a storage thing, and it all blew up. It wasn't good.
Yeah, but the way it rocked the whole city, as we saw in some of the social media pictures that I saw coming out of there at the time, pretty horrific and horrendous. You know, it's devastated for miles around, wasn't it?
Get up here. Jess,
Yeah.
get up here and tell us this great story about it. We'd like to hear it.
Is Jesse there? You talking about Jesse?
Yeah, Jess from Lebanon. From
Yeah,
Beirut.
I'm friends with Jesse. She knows me.
Yeah. Come on up, Jess. Fraser, you're bowing out. You
Where
gonna
is
talk
she?
before you go?
Jesse.
I'm just gonna head off. So I've got things to do. Okay.
Things to
time is
do.
it
I
there?
hear you.
Bye, Fraser.
Take it easy, guys. I'll speak to you later.
Have
Stay
fun.
safe, Fraser.
All the best.
See you soon.
Have a good day. Evening.
Martin, are you going to take the vaccine if it becomes available?
I'm at 6s and 7s at the moment, as I might say. I'd like to know a little bit more information about the one that I'm offered when I'm offered it, you know, because there is a handful of them. The thing is, the way things are at the moment, I don't think we have a choice. You know, it depends what your local general practitioner doctor has available, wherever it is you're going for the vaccination, the site. But I'd certainly like to know which one I'm having and being offered, and just have a little chat about it first with the medical people, should we say. I mean, I know, you know, what they're not going to say to you, we have some doubt that, you know, it's very difficult, isn't it? But, you know, heaven forbid, I mean, there we were all those years ago with the thalidomide situation. Ironically, I think it's ironic, and it's a coincidence that only in the last 36 hours, so it was either today or yesterday, I heard on the news something mentioned about thalidomide, and I think it was a coincidence. They were talking about some sort of settlement regarding some of the cases over here in the UK on the radio. I heard that, and well, again, you know, at the time, who would have said to you that there was a
Other people may not know.
Well, just to clarify, yeah, this was when people were offered vaccine, and unfortunately, the vaccine had a detrimental effect on any children that you may have born as a woman. A birth defect, yeah, right. Children have been born without limbs, 1, 2 limbs missing, and this was because I think it was polio, wasn't it? The vaccine.
I believe Jess is here from Lebanon. Jess.
Hey, Jess.
Hi, hello, Randy.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Martin. Hi, everyone.
Joy is here.
Hey. Good to see you.
Hi, and Bella are here. Joy, I put
Do you hear me well?
Yes.
I put you, me, and Bella down in the comments.
Okay.
So we can
Hi, Grant from Australia. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
you were talking about the explosion, isn't it?
Yes,
Martin.
I mentioned it. Yeah, in the port there, and of course it was ammonium nitrate, that sort of thing. It was an explosive that had been stored there, and no one had really bothered to remove it from the port. And the next thing you know, obviously, it took everyone literally. It was a massive shock.
Yeah, it was really shocked for us, and it was terrible situation. It's past now, and they start to rebuild it, and it takes time, of course, because lots of people lost their houses and their job, and the life is very changing there. You know, I'm far away, 1 hour, I guess. Yeah, exactly 15 minutes from this explosion. Yeah,
But it's a small
we were
country,
sitting
isn't
at
it?
the balcony,
So-
and we hear it like the house it's up to our head. It was really terrible. We feel like it was an explosion, but we didn't know where. So first we think it's a plane, so we look at the sky, we didn't see any planes. So it was like we lost what's happening here in my area because we didn't know what's happening. And after everybody asked me, what's going on, Jess? What's going on, Jess? I don't know even what's happening because it was far away from me. I live in another city. So after we look at the news, it was really terrible. I see like you at the TV. I said, oh my God, this is in my country. Yeah, really, it was terrible. And still people, you know, supporting, and it's like fighting for live, especially now. Before yesterday, it was a revolution for also, you know, missing jobs, missing money from the banks. It was like you know, revolution. Yeah, exactly. They put it in the news yesterday.
Yeah.
But it was good to do it. It's good to do it. Yeah.
Swiss
those
beat,
fires
you got a
so
beam
far?
of light running across your face like a streamlight. Maybe, what is it?
That's his
Yeah,
energy.
it's
Come on,
because he's
Randy,
light.
you know that.
Oh,
Jesse,
there
how
you
far
go.
were those
Man.
fires from you?
Repeat,
There you
please.
go.
What did you
How
ask
far
me?
that
were you
better?
from the fires last night?
I'm also far away from these things because I never go to the streets with these people do the revolution. Not all the Lebanese do the same things here in Lebanon. So we are safety home because of coronavirus. These people really, they need to be there because they're fighting for eating, they're fighting for having job, for having everything, the good life, you know. So it's must all the teenagers go because the teenagers are locked here. It's like they live in a prison. So there is no future now for them. So the revolution yesterday was really, they should do it because the $1 equal now 10 lira pounds. So it's something catastrophic, expensive things in Lebanon. So everything is beautiful, but we need only, you know, the lifestyle, it can be more better, you know, than before.
Stammer
Yeah.
said your hap's down, Randy, is it? It says no contact. Let me look at it. Anyway,
People
let
must
me
I
be
swear
check
if
leaving
you
their
out.
homes.
Somebody said we have a problem. No, I see it there.
Me too.
Yeah, I see it. Let me click on it. Oh, it's up and running
I see
fine.
it too.
It's
No
nice
problem,
to join
man.
you guys. It's nice to
We all worry
communicate
for
with you.
We all pray for you, and we all worry.
No, it's great to
No,
certainly
I'm
have
fine.
people
I'm
from Lebanon,
fine.
because we hear
Yeah,
so many people from the USA and Australia, even here in the UK. But to have some input from you know, certain other, should I say, hotspots, literally when it comes to the
yeah,
weather, the heat. But no, Lebanon,
yeah.
great. And North Africa, we don't hear enough from, do we?
I tell you
We have
something,
no
Martin.
contact. Really? Huh. It's
Let me say
contact
something.
not
Not
available.
everything you see in the news, it's in reality they say it.
Right.
Sometimes they say something not correctly, exactly. It depends. It's what is the news you are running after it at the TV. So, so most of the Lebanese are well in wonderful situation and they're good, but the others also after this explosion they lost their jobs. That it's the right for the Lebanese to have a good salary. This is the dollar make us crazy. It's not really what you think about $100 now. It's nothing for us. So imagine this is the high of the dollars yesterday make the Lebanese crazy, and this is right, really. It's very difficult to continue like this. That's why
How
the
can
revolution,
people
it's not
pay
the
their
revolution
rent?
for another things.
How do the people pay for their homes and their food?
There is lots of association here. They take care about the Lebanese, and they send lots of things from outside Lebanon. Also, I'm also say thank you for all the countries help Lebanon, and they send lots of wonderful stuff they needed. Especially these people, they don't have home, and now they have it. Half of them they are living better than before. But you know, the people lost their sister, their mother, their relatives. This is make really painful for them. Yeah, and they're still supporting and suffering lots. Yes.
Has COVID in any way brought people together, more together as a community in Lebanon?
Oh, you know, the COVID here is really terrible. There is no place in the hospitals. It's like the other countries suffering from, and still the vaccination doesn't take place in all the region until now. Only from the government. Only from the government, and the people are, if you want to say rich, they got it first, and some of them go to Dubai and these countries, Arabic countries, they make the vaccination. Can you imagine that? The people are in high society, they cut the vaccination, and the Lebanese still waiting at the waiting list.
Well, that seems perfectly fair. If you have more money, you should get things before anyone else.
Yeah.
Randy, now the Lebanese cannot go to Dubai. The Lebanese cannot go to Dubai. They stop, traveling to Arabic countries. Do you know that?
Of course. Who
Yeah.
wants to go to an Arabic country now? No way. You have no tourism.
This is true. There's no tourism in a lot of places.
No tourism all over. A lot of
That's what's crippling a lot of businesses in a lot of countries.
Planet, we don't care about anything until we hear what the people are thinking about in Australia. Grant, what's going on in Australia? That was a joke, by the way. Hey, Grant.
Randy, what have you done to me? You've woken me up. You got me out of my bed to find my earphones, which were in the car.
Grant, this is your project. We've been here with you for the past hour. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. I work till 11 o'clock.
Missy Cook, hello.
Some nights, and so it's what's the time now? I don't know.
How are you Aussies doing?
28
How are
past
you
the hour.
Aussies doing?
There you go. Bella's asking you a question.
Grant?
Sorry. How are us Aussies going with COVID?
Yes, dear.
In other words, yes. We're going really well, thanks. Really, really well. Look, I know. Sorry, Jess. Hey, Mel. Yeah, look, we've had 6 months of incredible lockdowns last year where we could only travel 5 kilometers away from home or 2 mile.
But you have a great prime minister. She did the right thing.
Well, I'm in Victoria.
Uh-huh.
And they've just announced a state of emergency till the end of the year.
Boy.
Now, we've got 10 active cases.
That's it?
Grant, we lost your audio for some reason.
Certainly hear somebody else's audio there who's not on camera.
Yeah, but we hear somebody else who's not even here.
Right. I think it could be just a star.
Should I do a restart on the graphics, maybe? Let me restart the graphics. I'm going to reset the graphics server.
Grant needs to just come back.
Such a patient mortal, you really.
Grant, give us a word of wisdom.
I'm chilling here. I'm listening to everyone. It's good to be here.
What's going on? I think people are leaving. I think we're having a bit of a reset from Randy, just making sure that technology is sort of wound up a bit with the elastic band, the rubber band that they're using at the moment on the beta version of HAPS. Swift Beats, you can hear me, can't you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Lovely. Yeah, I can. Yeah, so good to see you here because we caught up on one of my broadcasts a couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks ago. But yeah, what were you going to say? I'm going to ask you that while we're waiting for anyone else to participate.
I was just saying that just being relevant to the show and stuff, and just saying that what we see on the news is just interpretation from the channel's interpretation to make a headline news more than anything. The real story is behind the scenes, where what you don't see on TV, right?
Yeah, exactly. The headlines. Yeah, well, usually what we have, as you know, in the UK, 6 p.m. the main news on the public broadcaster, the
Hello, Mel
BBC,
Johnson.
and realistically, realistically, you know, if they have 5 minutes per story, the time the program begins and ends, you got a maximum 25 minutes. So if you had 5 stories, that's sort of 5 minutes length with reports. That's already 25 minutes long. So that's just 5 things happening in the world around us. And as you say, some media graduate that has entered into the role of producer, news producer, and content creator there, and they decide what's good, you know, for you, me, and everyone to watch. And it's not an easy decision when you realize just what's going on in the world around us, let alone just nationally. So totally agree there. And of course, the main headline has always got to be one. Usually it's a negative headline because it captures your attention. Because as we know, when you make people nervous and concerned, you grab their attention, and that's what it's all about when it comes to broadcasting.
It's like a punchline. It's like a product. It's like you're selling.
Misty Cook has a good thing. She says they think that, I think that is why they are getting rid of Periscope, so we can't see what actually happening. Oh, there's a thought.
Is that Missy Cook?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Hello,
but the thing
Benita.
is, Randy, I think the internet's big enough now, certainly with social media, that now you can't hide anything under the.
Yeah, tell that to Donald Trump who wants to go live.
Well, he's an exception.
Yeah, you say the internet's great, the world's open, there's too many websites. Tell that to DJ. He can't
But
get
you
on.
see, we're all talking and we all know our little areas, and that's the truth, what we're hearing. You know, that's the truth. We're hearing all in these areas. My daughter who's marrying this South African, I speak to his mother and father. She's a nurse. She's a nurse practitioner in Johannesburg. And that's the truth, what we're hearing. I hear myself. You know, that's
I just wanted to
We're
quickly
hearing
say
all of
something, if
Go
you
ahead.
don't mind me saying. Can I?
Of course.
I do
Hey, Greg.
apologize. I just want everyone to know that please don't be so blind and just looking at the news and trusting your whole life evolving around whatever the news says or what a journalist or a reporter says, because you got to read the back end story
Hello,
of it,
Maria.
fact check it and everything, because some of these stories, it's vetted in such a way that, you know, in the company or whatever, that newspaper report, they have to, you know, fact check it somehow and, you know, make strategic decisions. Shall we roll with that or shall we not? So not everything goes on the news, and some of the news is that you don't even, it doesn't get reported. So please open your eyes.
Yep, that's true.
It's happening
That's
everywhere.
the beauty of
Wrong
hacks
button.
and other
Sorry.
places.
Sorry.
Grant, what do you think about all this?
Look, from an Australian perspective, I agree. There is something going on that we don't know about. We are being manipulated about what we're deemed to hear. It's just not making sense. It really isn't. It's just, as I said, look, we've got 10 active cases here in Victoria. We've got no community transmissions. We've got no one in hospital, and my Wi-Fi is playing up, so that's another problem. Just hang on a tick. I'm going.
You're doing good right now. Continue.
I'm going to put onto data. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, honestly, it's there is something behind this which we need to know about. It's been made to slow down the Western world, and which is what it's doing. And look, how many people do you know have had the flu last year? No one, because it's all COVID supposedly.
Yeah.
It's something is just not right. That's the way I feel about it.
There you go.
It's
Well, it all does
orchestrated
seem
in
kind
such a
of
way.
strange. Silva Star, Keto. Night, Randy. It's bedtime for me. Have a nice evening. Thank you. And Miss Maria, welcome. I invited you. Now we have another wonderful man here, Mr. Edward. Edward, bringing the peace on those who pass. Whoop, whoop. Tell us about it.
Yes, how you doing, sir? How's everybody today?
Hey, we're all great. We're here talking about doom and gloom, depression in the room, COVID talk. Is it real? Is it rough? Can we have it? Is it tough? You know what I mean.
No, we
What
want
do
to
you
hear
got?
the truth in your area.
Of course.
Where is he from?
Edward's in Southern California. Tell
I
us your
live.
area. What's going on?
There you go.
Well, it depends. It depends on what you guys talk about. COVID. We've been trying to do therapeutics with apramectin and hydrochloroquine, where we're actually helping people try to prevent it more in some of the doctors that we're dealing with versus.
Mystic Lake in Texas. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear
keep
me?
going. It's hard to
Yeah.
spout off every now and then
Can you
to a
guys hear me?
comment. I apologize.
Okay, so no problem. So I think one of the things that we all need to do, especially those who are people of faith, is realize that there is a God that heals people and he will continue to heal people. And there's no disease bigger than the healing that God has. I understand that there is a virus in the world, but it's not bigger than the healing of God himself.
Good words. Good
Amen.
words.
Here.
Vanita, you're sitting in the background. Give us some words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom is stay positive, think straight. Don't let this COVID shit get in. And let's move on.
I would like to say, here's what we're hearing from you. We're hearing, and that's, you sound like you're actually at the other end of a McDonald's drive-through speaker.
I am at car. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can we hear you now? It sounds like I'm on a Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now?
That's actually Sprint. That's actually Sprint, Randy.
Oh, is that a Sprint commercial? I didn't know who did
It
that.
used to be
Asher
Verizon.
from
Now it's
London, welcome.
Used to
But
be
anyway,
Verizon.
Chicken Vindaloo is better than Park Vindaloo.
Oh shit.
Anyway, don't let me slow down anybody. Go ahead. Bello, give us some more of your intelligent words of wisdom after we hear from Edward.
So I would just like to acknowledge KD and Grant and Swift and Vanita and Randy. I just want to acknowledge everyone so that today you know that someone actually got to say hello to you with a smile on their face and let you know how important and wonderfully made you are. You are unique. There's only one of you. There's not another copy of you. 7.8 billion people on the planet. Your fingerprints, your DNA is the only one like your set. Just remember, you are an original and not a copy.
Exactly.
Thank
Thank you so much. Amen.
Thank you.
Bobby
Really appreciate it.
Shadow, what's happening, Bobby? We got you up here. You can come on up, Bobby. By the way, so I made you a what do you call it? A director, so you can sit here and fiddle with stuff because I got to get up and go in the other room for a minute. I have to do 2 or 3 things, but I'll be right back. Magpie is here from Edinburgh. Hello, Magpie.
2 or 3 things.
What's up, Swift?
Yeah,
How you doing?
2 or 3 things. So I'm
What's
not.
good? What's good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Swift. Yes, I can, sir. What's good with you, sir? Good to see you.
Bella, are you
It's
still
really
here?
good to see you. It's
Yeah,
a
I'm
blessing.
here, I'm
Blessing
here.
to always see you. Catch you.
I got to
I'm
step away
listening.
just a
I'm
minute. Swift Beats,
I
Terry
can't be
Allen,
talking
you are
all
the
the
director.
I can't be talking all the time. Everybody has to have an
I want
opinion.
everyone. I want to take this moment to acknowledge everyone on Hats right now, especially the ones that are in the room right now, and feel the energy that's in this room right now. Take that moment right now and just embrace it. Yeah, some very, very influential people, inspiring people, wonderful people, great souls. And I just want to send my prayers to you. I want you guys to feel that kind of love and that positivity. Yeah, people might think it's cheesy what I'm saying right now, but hey, look, man, I love God, and I love spreading that kind of positivity and love, and spread it like that.
Positive
Plant
thoughts.
as many seeds of love out there in the world, because life is very short. And I think what you guys need to know is that use your time wisely. Don't waste your time. Yeah, use it effectively, and for the next generation to get, to make great things happen. That's what I'm gonna say.
Awesome.
Follow
Awesome.
great
Well
people.
received, sir.
Yeah, follow great people, especially the people who are in this broadcast. Amazing people, amazing community, and thank you, Haps.
Yes. I was thinking of you, Grant, because I hear a lot about what's going on in Australia, but I don't know what's true until I hear it from my Aussie friends.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
They don't seem to have a bad problem with the disease.
Look, this time last year, we had 700 people die in Victoria.
Yeah.
They were mainly in nursing homes, but we did have it bad. Look, like nothing compared to America. Look, you hear about 9,000 deaths a day, and
Yeah, we had a ton.
look, New Zealand did the right thing. As soon as New Zealand got the first case of it, they locked down.
That's right. Israel did too. So
for
did
6
Israel.
weeks. Yeah, they locked down for 6 weeks.
Yep.
And even New Zealand had 5 cases the other day, and they locked down for 3 days. Locked the whole city down.
Yep. Israel is still locked down.
Yeah, and I pray for all and I know Spain's getting it really bad again, and I pray for all my friends in Europe too.
Yes.
And look, I pray for everyone.
Of course.
And the thing is, and most of it, unfortunately, most of the cases are coming from overseas.
Right.
And they're going to make it mandatory. You have to have the jab before you can travel.
Yes.
And look, people will say that the jabs do this, the jabs do that, and it's untried.
Or a clear test.
Yeah.
Can I?
There was a case. Yeah. I've lost connection.
No, you're there.
Oh, I just said. No,
I just want to.
My router is in. Yeah.
Your connection is fine. I just wanted to say we can see you and hear you and stuff. But I wanted to announce, everyone, whoever's got an Android phone right now, just to announce it, yeah, Haps has a new update right now. It's in Google Play Store right now. Get your Samsung or whatever phone you got that's Android and update that right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much. I will leave my iPhone still on at the moment, but no, much of it.
And since Swift was giving you guys a commercial, I'm going to also give you a commercial. The 3 S's, the 3 S's of Haps. Everyone says subscribe, sponsor, and share with all these wonderful broadcasters. Make sure you use your coins. You can also purchase coins. Let's make sure our community also stay funded. So let's make sure the 3 S's again: subscribe, sponsor, and share. Brought to you by Haps TV.
Fantastic.
Hey man, that's some good stuff you're saying there. Where did Bobby? Oh, Bobby's here. Bobby Shadow, the Shadow Knows. Welcome, Mr. Bobby, and how are you today? And before I throw it over to the mic to you, I'd like to say on the SSS, I'd like to say that Haps is nothing. It doesn't mean anything. You guys are what makes everything. This is just an app that puts a community together. So, there's nothing wrong with loving Haps and loving broadcasting, but without you and me, Haps is not here. So remember, we are Haps. They're just a little software program, and we need them to tune in and make it better for us to broadcast. So
Yes.
the community and we are what's more important. So the love for HAPS is appreciated, but actually we're overwhelming on this. Now we did this at the beginning because everybody's trying to get everybody motivated. We're here now. Now let's concentrate on us and let's move forward. So, you know, we are the group, we are the community, we are the people, we are the priority. HAPS is just here. So if, you know, make sure you got a backup in case they get sold also. Nope, not being derogatory, just trying to be a realist. At the end of the day, without me, you, Grant, Edward, Bobby, Vanita, Swift, and Miss Katie Hartz, there would be no HAPS. Remember, you are HAPS. If we leave, there is no HAPS. Bobby, take over the mic.
Whoop whoop. I definitely heard that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm loving HAPS. If anyone out there follows me, I'll follow them back. Yeah, I'm more of been broadcasting with Randy here on HAPS, and I've loved every minute of it. And yeah, I'm kind of been using voice to voice platforms right now, so I'm not used to being on video at all at the moment. But thanks for having me, Randy. Love it.
There you go, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby, I have a little Clubhouse deal. I couldn't get connected again. I've got an app problem. Hopefully I can fix it. I've been doing a few of those, what do you call it, spaces, and I've enjoyed that. And then we do a few Twitches on the afternoons. So there's a lot of us doing mini apps just to get a backup going. And it's always just good to be fresh, you know, and have another direction. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, everyone. Appreciate what you appreciate. But, you know, they all come to an end. And once they grow, they actually go. So it's hard to find one that just stays the same. I'm kind of sour about all the time we put in on Periscope. Now we got to look for something else. Now I'm hoping Twitter Live works also. I really love the HAPS when we're here on a broadcast studio and all of us are together and you can have a nice broadcast studio. But that solo thing, walking around or driving around, still a little hard on the apps. Let's hope it gets better.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Bobby, you got words that are just flowing out your eyeballs. Say it.
Oh, I just wanted to let everyone know that we are getting to the end of Periscope, so be ready to help people go to your platforms, HAPS, you know, Twitter Live, you know, encourage everyone to keep on broadcasting. Also,
Sonny, I invited you.
It's very, very fun to do Clubhouse if you have an iPhone right now. I would definitely recommend it. A lot of people from Clubhouse are coming here to HAPS. My bio in Clubhouse directs people to HAPS and HAPS only. Also, Twitter Spaces. If you haven't tried Twitter Spaces, follow me on Twitter. And you know, just PM me or DM, and I'll help you to see Twitter Spaces. And Twitter Spaces is the future of broadcasting, as in podcasting. But I think HAPS, platforms like HAPS, are the future of video podcasting. So follow me on Twitter if you'd like to see Twitter Spaces, because I think it's pretty bodacious, voice to voice communication. And that's Shadow3413 is my Twitter handle. So I look forward to getting acquainted with you and showing you Twitter Spaces. And that's about it. Randy, thanks for the floor.
Awesome.
Also,
I think Randy's away. So, yeah.
Bobby, please put your stuff up in the comments so people know.
Mm-hmm. I've got a date. I've got a date for you guys to put in your calendars. 21st of November this year. I am going to be broadcasting the biggest band in the world, I think. live from Melbourne. I'm going to be broadcasting Kiss, the final tour.
Oh my God! Start advertising today, man.
Yeah, I got my tickets yesterday. I their last concert was cancelled due to Paul Stanley being ill, but now I'm in section 3 on the lower section on the right hand side of Rod Laver Arena,
Oh, I love
and I've
Kiss.
never I've been waiting 40 years to see Kiss.
That's fantastic.
So it'll be it's going to be I'm going to bring the whole show to you guys.
Oh my God, I saw Kiss years ago. It was awesome.
I know people have said that they can't sing anymore and they lip sync and all that, but
No,
No.
no.
and the stage show I've been told is just the most awesome thing to see. So I've been waiting 40 years, and you guys are going to be.
Good for you. Good for you. Have a
You
great
got-
time.
Thank you. Vanita, you can go. You've been sitting there patiently waiting.
Yeah, Vanita, give it a go.
I'm driving.
Bernie, I invited you also. You're welcome to join.
I know, but I'm driving.
So you can't talk while you're driving?
Yeah, I gotta pay attention to the police.
Okay, that's
yes.
okay.
Yes. Yeah, be safe.
I'm listening to y'all.
Swift Beats, I think you lost your connection and came back.
Yes.
Katie, I think your camera closed or something.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay, Katie, tell us something inspiring.
I'm alive. God did not forget to wake me up this morning. That's how inspired.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm going to do my first cooking broadcast next week.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woohoo! We're ready. What are you going to be doing?
I will be cooking with the beautiful Ann Rush another time after I do. I'm going to do a cookie recipe. And then her and I will collab on what we can make together. So follow Ann Rush. She's an amazing cook, amazing baker, amazing gardener. So I will be cooking with her in a few weeks probably, and stay tuned. So everybody please subscribe to me. Subscribe to Ann Rush, please.
Yes.
Subscribe, support, share out, and I hope to see you in there.
We're going to see you. Ed, what are you getting ready to do? Edward. Is Edward talking? I see him, but I don't hear him.
We can't hear you, Edward.
No.
Edward, go out and come back.
Your audio's muted. No, we can't hear you. You'll have to refresh or something.
That's usually my problem. You can't hear me or you can't see me because of my connection.
Can I ask, what was Shadow's name again on Twitter?
Bobby Shadow. Bobby, share your name again so people know.
Shadow.
BBY or BBI?
His Twitter is Shadow3413.
He's going to share in the comments. There you go. Shadow 3413.
Yeah, and then what I'm going to do also, so that I can hear people in here that need help, I'm going to go ahead and really confuse the whole room. I'm going to start a Twitter Spaces right now. It's going to be a tutorial of Twitter Spaces. So anyone who doesn't see Twitter Spaces, I will be tweeting it out right now. So I'm also monitoring my Twitter to add you. If you're new to my Twitter, I will add you, and you can DM me any questions about Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse, or even something that Randy really loves, which a lot of people's not aware of, is we love audio mixers and just troubleshooting and helping people with their sound and everything. And we do this all for free. So
Oh,
There
don't
you go.
yeah, and we encourage everyone to get on voice and video and express yourself and say hello, so that
Hello, welcome back, Helga.
yeah. So
Okay,
I'll be
what I'd
standing
like
by.
everyone, let me interrupt you and then talk again, Bobby. Bobby, put your Twitter handle up there again. I need people to understand. Christy, you want to invite to Clubhouse? No problem. Okay. What you need to do, if
Yeah.
you follow anyone on Twitter and they go and start a space, the top of your screen will have like an oval flashing purple. That means somebody that you follow is doing a space. So you can just click there and join with Bobby live, and they'll do some tutorial and help you guys out. Because a lot of times we don't really need to see each other. Voices are good also. And
Sure.
Ed, I think you'd really enjoy that. You probably should get on board.
Can you hear me now?
Fantastic. Yes.
I don't know if I can
Can you
hear
hear-
you.
can you-
repeat your social security number and birth date and mother's maiden name, please?
All right. So,
Oh, brother.
so now I know you can hear me. So I am glad. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Hello. The word of today is expand. Expand. What you can see is actually what you're going to receive. If you can't see it, you can't obtain it. So you got to look at the results of what you want. Dream bigger than you ever dreamed before. Just make sure you reach out and go get it. Never sit back and worry if you can't make it, because you can. Just remember, your vision will have provision when you write your vision down. Those who read it can run with it because it's written. So make sure you write your vision, you make it plain, so those who read it can run with it. When they read it, they were also funded. Provision, expansion, results.
Great words. Thank you. Hey, Raymond Smith is here also. Thank you, Edward. We appreciate you. Edward
I
always
appreciate
has
you, Randy.
motivational and real words for everybody. I don't know if everyone's noticed that, but you never hear no nonsense holly wally out of Edward. Edward's taking life by the horns and riding the bull all the way to Heaven's Gate, and he's proud to do it with his wife and his family, and he supports all these great beliefs and cultures that we've all grown up around. We appreciate you, Ed.
Also, Melbourne, Grant, my wife and I will be in Australia in December.
Wow. That's nice.
So,
Border is open. Edward.
so can you guys hear me? This is gonna be the last time I speak.
Yeah, Bobby, can you do another plug in the comments, please? Also, with your @ sign, people got a little
problem.
confused.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that, but I just wanted to show you. For right now, I have my Twitter Spaces open.
Okay, I'm going to take Katie down. Katie, you can sit down with Bella and I, and I'm going to make. You're not going anywhere. I'm just going to make Bobby really big so he can show everybody.
I thought you wanted me to
Okay,
leave.
Bobby, you're big now. Woohoo!
Okay.
Show us, baby.
So yeah, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me see if I can. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And I'll be talking about how to start your own Twitter Spaces. Right now, no one's joined, so hopefully someone joins. I've tweeted it out, so if you see the tweet, please join in so we can see someone join in. And I'm going to type in my @ name.
Oh my goodness, my phone is blowing up.
So hey, yeah, go ahead. I can hear you. Yeah. Yep. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. I can hear you.
Okay, Bobby is on
Rich,
Twitter.
yeah, go ahead. Are you on Haps? Oh, you can't. I wonder why not. Okay. No,
Hey,
can you hear me, Rich?
Maria, come on in. We'd like to see you.
Yeah.
Maria, we haven't seen you in forever. Come on in, man.
So I have the first person that joined the Twitter Spaces. It's Fireman Rich, and we have other people joining. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to people on Twitter Spaces. I'll be muting myself here. Randy, maybe you can explain to everyone that you've joined also.
Yeah.
Unless you want me to broadcast my Twitter Spaces in this feed, it's up to you, Randy.
Yeah, Bobby, I wish we could do a screen share where you could actually show people what you're doing.
Yeah.
That would be nice. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and end this broadcast. And I think Edward, would you like to come over and let's all continue the discussion? And Bobby?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you over there. Sorry about the pause. We'll see you over at Twitter Spaces with Bobby.
He's going to be ending his thing.
All right, Bella, we're going to be over in Twitter Spaces. Everybody,
Okay. I'm gonna
Edward,
try to
thank
see
you.
if I can get to it.
You can get to it. It's a circle at the top of your phone, purple oval.
Okay, I'll look for it. I'm gonna go to Twitter now.
All right, bye, everyone. Thank you, Bobby.
Bye.